Hi, Rob here, born sometime after the dinosaur extinction and sometime before man landing on the moon. This channel is to discuss how we used to entertain ourselves as kids, before mobile phones, Nintendo, interactive games, internet, etc. Now, many of the things that we did then are not going to be allowed to be done today. They're either against the law or politically incorrect, so I'm not encouraging anyone to do them. Feel free to email me examples here of the things you used to do for entertainment prior to modern technology.
Coming to you from Jomtien, Thailand. I remember when we used to catch yabbies. Now, I was in the mid to late 60s. I was probably 10, 12 years old at the time. We were living in a small country town called Griffith, located in central New South Wales, Murrumbidgee Irrigation Area, Australia. Now, it had a main canal that was part of the town's irrigation system. This canal supplied water to all the surrounding farms. I have no idea if it's still like that. So anyway, I'm going back 55, 60 years ago, which I think officially classifies me as a dinosaur, according to my daughter and my two nephews. Back then, the only parts of the canal which were concreted were around the bridges. The rest was normal dirt, grass, etc. And in the water itself, there were reeds and lilies, normal sort of thing you'd see. The canal was populated with fish, turtles, leeches, yabbies, plenty of birds, sometimes a snake or a water rat. Anyway, this yarn is about yabbies. Yabbies are what we call freshwater crayfish, sort of a mini lobster, about yay big. We would walk into the water and tie a length of cotton, which we stole from Mum's needle and thread drawer. We'd tie that to a reed, and in the other end you tied a small piece of meat, liver, heart, steak, whatever you had. Now, you'd put that in the water. When the yabby found the meat, it would try and take it to its burrow or hole. This, of course, meant that the reed would bend over, so you knew you had something on it. So you'd very slowly walk into the water, and you'd pull the line towards you with your left hand. Now, you had to be careful you didn't pull the yabby too close to the light, to the surface, because it would be spooked. So you held a small wire strainer or a little colander that you would place behind the yabby to scoop it up. Now, you always did it from behind the yabby because the yabby would curl its tail back and scoot backwards. It didn't go sideways, always straight backwards. Now, back in those days, once you had the hang of catching yabbies with a strainer or a little net, you weren't really catching yabbies until you were catching them with your bare hands. Now, a yabby has powerful claws, not enough to take your finger off, but enough to hurt like hell. Draw blood. Now, the trick is to pinch it behind its head, where the claws join its body behind its head, so it couldn't nip you. Then you grab it and put it in a bucket and take it home. Now, quite often you'd be standing in the canal water. When you came out, you'd have leeches on your legs. Now, once those suckers get a hold of you, they're tough to get off, and they don't really like to come off easily until they're full of your blood, and they'd actually bloat with your blood. Now, we'd get a match, which seemed to work. We'd light the match and burn them. We'd put salt on them, sometimes would help, or we'd just rip them off. Now, leeches are a whole new challenge. You could stomp on them, hit them with sticks, rocks, they just seemed indestructible. We weren't so politically correct in those days. We didn't have climate change, save the planet, animal habitat, voting rights for leeches, etc. We didn't take the leeches' feelings into consideration. So we'd get a thin stick, which we'd press into the mouth of the leech, turning it inside out, and then you put salt on it, or you'd put them on an ant's nest and the ants would eat them. Now, I did some checking online, and this is how they described eating yabbies today. Yabbies are delicious. Eat natural, great on bread and butter, or a cracker biscuit with a twist of lemon, ground salt and pepper, or tossed in a salad. For a change, try with a slice of avocado. Yeah, that's not how we ate them. We had a big copper cauldron at the back of the house, which we heated with firewood. It was also used for cleaning clothes. We filled the cauldron with water, lit the fire, heated it, and threw in the yabbies. When the yabbies turned red, you took them out, let them cool, shelled them, and ate them as is. Maybe as a treat sometimes, Mum might have had a little bit of mayonnaise, but none of this avocado or twist of lemon crap for us. Anyone else have similar experiences?